Down I-95 the other night, somebody nearly cut me right off the road. I decided it wasn't going to do any good to get mad, so I wrote a song about him instead. It goes like this. Were ye born an asshole, or did you work it your whole life? Either way it worked out fine, 'cause you're an asshole tonight. Yes, you're an A-S-S-H-O-L-E, and don't you try to blame it on me. You deserve all the credit. You're an asshole tonight. You were an asshole yesterday. You're an asshole tonight. And I've got a feeling you'll be an asshole the rest of your life.
Well, I guess she told you a thing or two, right? When you see Glenn driving on the Palmetto, just crank this up in the background. Give a little honk. Give a little toot, those of you she listeners.
Talking to your mother just the other night. I told her I thought you were an asshole. She said, yes, I think you're right. And all your friends are assholes, 'cause you've known them your whole life. And somebody told me you've got an asshole for a wife. Were you born an asshole, or did you work it your whole life? Either way it worked out fine, 'cause you're an asshole tonight.
A continuous Neil Rogers commercial suite. 3 commercials in a row without music or phone call interruption on 94 WINZ.
We at Austin Burke have not only got a store-wide sale, but we've got new equipment in our tailor shop that ensures good fit.
Really?
Whether you wear size 27 to 74, every size in between,
Don't
including
forget,
talls and short shorts.
10 stores
we fit every man.
under one roof.
And we've got pure silk shirts up to 38 sleeve. Dress shirts up to 38 sleeve. Of course, we carry size 14.
Well, of course.
Every size there is.
A Berkey.
And sport coats from size 27 to 74 and every size in between.
Remember,
slacks and slacks and slacks.
ample parking.
Not only do you save money, we're never undersold,
I
but
know.
it's the biggest selection under one roof anywhere.
I said
Suits
that.
for $99 to $250
Ooh.
that sell up to $500 and $600.
Ooh.
The world's finest double and single breasted suits, including whites. The finest selection
And
anywhere at
formal wear,
2601 Northwest 6th Avenue facing I-95. It's a fantastic store-wide sale at Austin Burke. It's never been equaled before.
I know.
We fit every man.
94 News wins.
Dumb, 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 dumb. This whole show is dumb. What you're about to hear is dumb. Totally and completely dumb. The people responsible for this criminally insane broadcast are no geniuses either. In fact, before I'd listen to this show, I'd rather hit myself over the head with a large hammer. Where is it? Here it is.
Okay, thank you, Jack. 22 past 11 at WINZ. We got somebody at the Miami airport ready to fly out of here. Hello.
Hi, Neil. How you doing?
Okay.
First-time caller from Tampa.
Great.
But I work down here quite a bit, and my best friends down here got me interested in your show about a year ago, and it's the best thing going. You're the king of talk.
No question about it, sir.
We've got nothing in Tampa, as you well know.
Well, you got Bob Lassiter.
Well, I don't know about Bob Lassiter.
Like you said.
But I just want to let you know you're doing a great job. And, you know, when I left here a year ago, I was living up in the West Palm area. I told myself I'd never come back. But after you become addicted to your show, you want to come back.
Yeah, this show is the only thing that keeps any population in this town.
There's just too many rude people down here, Neil.
Yeah, you got it.
So come to Tampa. We'd really appreciate some good entertainment up there.
Okay, I'll see you at Burns Steakhouse.
Got it.
Okay.
Here.
Have a safe trip. Well, that's great, man. We're big in Tampa. Wait till we get that non-directional signal if we're still on the AM when that happens. I shouldn't keep saying that because the people on the FM will start getting real paranoid, nervous. No, not paranoid, because paranoid means with no justification. Okay, we have an open line in Dade, 624-9400. Let's go to Miami Beach. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
How you doing?
Okay, how are you doing?
Great.
I want to vote for Glenn. I like him. I'd like to see him become a permanent fixture.
A permanent fixture? Well, as a matter of fact, we're nailing him to the chair right now, and we're taking him out to tower number 3 during the lunch hour.
You know, I had a request. You know how people call up and they say, "Can I talk about this?" You say no, and you hang up.
Yeah.
It strikes me so funny, and I thought that's what he'll do to me this morning.
No. Maybe
I
not.
was going to request that you not play that song anymore, and don't you know you just played it?
Which one?
The one you opened with yesterday morning.
Oh, really? How come?
I was just, you know, I've listened to, I haven't missed but 2 shows. You know, when you switched over today.
I know, me too. I've only missed a couple.
Yeah, I missed 2. And all the rest since you've been on the air, including your baseball narrations, I haven't missed anything of yours.
Mm-hmm.
Even 33 when you were on it, you know.
Boy, you really died in the wool, yeah.
The University of Miami baseball. However, yesterday morning I couldn't believe it when I heard that song. But you know, today it didn't bother me as much.
No, you just have to get used to it.
No, but don't you? I don't know. It's so. Nothing you do shocks me. I think yesterday the first time I was a bit shocked.
Well, this is not shock radio. I don't want to start spreading that rumor because all those.
No, you don't think it's a little much?
No. Well, when I first heard it, I thought so, but it's not one of the forbidden words.
Yeah,
and
that's
not
what
only
happened to me. But
not
anyway,
only
maybe
that.
Play it 1 or 2 more times.
Well, not only that, but in colloquial usage, that just refers to a characterization of a person that has nothing to do with a body part.
I would never say that.
You wouldn't?
No way.
Don't you know any people who fit into that category?
I don't say naughty words.
No, that wasn't the question. I don't want you to say it. But don't you know any people who you think of in that category?
Yeah, but most of the people I think what bothered me, Neil, is most of the people that use those words are not particularly people that I would want to socialize with.
Oh.
I mean, this doesn't sound, maybe I sound like a prude. Many of my friends think I am, but most of my friends don't use naughty language.
Well, at least not in your presence.
That's right, they don't. I don't, you know, and I think it's something many people, if other people around them are doing it, they'll do it. But if you don't hear someone ever use those kind of words or tell bad jokes or anything like that, they kind of respond in kind.
Yeah.
I don't lay the law down, and I don't demand that they don't. I don't say anything.
Yeah.
But I just don't. I don't care for it. But I never have heard anything on your program that has shocked me. That's why.
Well, no, this is not shock radio.
Yeah, well,
in spite
so
of what Herman and McQueen had to say.
And in the news, you hear they refer to you as a shock jock. I don't understand what they're talking about.
Well, those are people who don't realize I've been on the air here for over 11 years, not 9 like that young douchebag said yesterday on Stan's show.
Yeah.
I've been on the air here for over 11 years.
I know.
And I'm not doing anything all that different. I mean, the format of the show is a little different, and we got rid of the boring guests. But, you know, it's just a matter of degree. And all of a sudden, shock jock has become a very popular term. And the people love cliches.
You're not, because
they love cliches.
Shocked, it would be me. That's why I had to admit yesterday. I thought, I can't believe he's playing this record.
Well, see, now today you got used to it, and tomorrow you'll like it.
I liked it today.
And by Monday you'll be singing it.
I got cut off on I-95, and I really wish that I could have played that record for that person.
Oh, see? See, now we're getting a little of your aggressions let out.
Right.
That's good.
You know, what we do and what we'd like to do sometimes are 2 different things.
Right.
But I really
there's no question about that.
And I think you're one of the few reasons that I remain here.
Me too. Okay, listen, have a great weekend.
About you. Thank you very much.
And have a great life. Marlon Bailey said that the jackets, those Miami Vice jackets, will be going out by Tuesday. Tapes are going out. New material next week for Glenda. And all kinds of exciting things going on. Boy, what a day this is, huh? It's turning into another one of those banner Fridays. And what we have done, and I don't know, Marlon always bites off more than he can chew, so to speak. And what we have done is we've added the record that she was just speaking about, the I-95 Misfit. Well, I can't keep saying that word on the air. He can say it in the song. We've added that to the end of the material that we've already been sending out. The other 7 or 8 songs, Be True to Your Shul and the Michael Jackson Glove and the other stuff that's on there. And we're adding that on as like a little bonus today. This is part of our Friday sale. So if you want to send us a blank cassette and a stamped self-addressed envelope, we'll turn them over to Marlon Bailey, part of the Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Circus. And now isn't that incredible? A young woman wants to hear that record again. We just played it. You know, we're not going to start spreading those things all over town. And Mike Wolf wants to hear it again. And probably Glenda wants to hear it again. Now, the woman she wants to tape it. Well, we'll do that a little bit. Okay, a little bit later. We don't want to, run it into the ground. Lunchtime with the Moldies? He's talking again. Have you noticed that? Got a couple of positive calls this hour, and you notice Kyle has no intention even thinking about opening that mic. But we do have this boom. No, let's not get carried away. You'll have to wait a while. Okay, 29 past 11 at WINZ. I'm Neil Rogers. We warm up the chair for Stan Major every day. We used to warm it up for Daffy, but then she used to bring in convicts to try to sit in it, and we figured that got a little disgusting right on the air. So now we warm it up for Stan, and he comes in here and cools it off with those wonderful radio celebrities, the greats, the near greats, the has-beens, and the never-was's. And yesterday you had a couple from the latter category, Herman and McQueen's. And, you remember the guy called yesterday and he wanted, are you strong enough to take a shot? And this guy doesn't even know what he's talking about sending somebody over to Waxy to apologize to Rick. He didn't even hear it. He didn't know what he was talking about. He read a couple of lines in the Herald, which, of course, instantly gives anybody misinformation. And then he said that I owed an apology to Herman and McBean. And when I asked why, Herman and McQueen and all that stuff, first of all, I think he was obviously one of their perfect listeners because he has no sense of humor like them. So he fit their show perfectly. Fort Lauderdale, hello.
Yes, Neil, this is probably going to be one of those esoteric calls that seem to go nowhere, and I'll try to put some...
most of our calls are esoteric and go nowhere.
I'll try to put some more... By the way, it's a monsoon here in Fort Lauderdale, and I got my convertible outside with the top down, and I'm going to be wet when I leave. I found you during the day because I was waiting for Electric Lunch to come on, and I like the new Neil Rogers. I used to listen to you at night when we used to talk about Miami Beach and all that.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's passé now.
This is now the hip contemporary 1980s Neil Rogers, and hey, I like it.
Yeah. Like the beach is hip and contemporary.
Well, yeah, but actually I was thinking of some radio personalities, and you're definitely on the top 10 now of all-time radio personalities.
No question. I'm right up there with Ricky Ticky.
All right, well, no. First of all, anybody that has the nerve to sort of like relate to me as a relative, like your Uncle Ricky or your cousin Brucey, those guys are out. I have no relatives in
well, let's not mention cousin Brucey on this show, please.
Okay, well, number 9, I like Ira Fistel because he had a confusing type of, benevolent way of having talk. Soupy's definitely up there. Soupy because he's Soupy, right? He's definitely on the top.
Well, I'm telling you, you're really lumping me into a mung pile, I'll tell you that.
Yes, it's like a monsoon out here. Zachary. he never came out of character. I mean, you familiar with Zachary? Oh, radio personality from New York, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bruce Williams, you got to have him up there.
Oh yeah, Bruce is the best. What's doing?
Yes. He wants each and every one. He makes us feel like we're part of the show. Casey Kasem, because somebody has to do that type of stuff. Give little tidbits about information.
Oh, wait a minute. Where I went yesterday was iLand. And did I say iLab?
iLab?
They're freaking out. I went to iLand. Did I misspeak? You better write it on the log again. It was iLand. Cross out the first one, Kyle. iLand. It's on the corner of University and Sunrise. And they were listening to Waxy, by the way, while I was getting my exam. So that was the one thing against them. But it was iLand. And I'm really sorry if I didn't say iLab, did I?
iLab's good, too, So I guess...
But did I really say that?
iLab, yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. Well, I don't know if I'm sorry or not. Maybe iLab's okay, but iLand was great to me. I mean, within like a matter of moments, they had these done, and I can see, and they were real nice in there.
I really knew who you were.
Huh?
They didn't recognize you.
No, I think they did. Well, they must have. How else would they be listening today? They took my picture and everything for their crap book, and it was great.
Okay. Howard Stern would be up there because he's just hip and contemporary.
Yeah, Howard Stern, Ira Fistel, all those, Bruce Williams. What's doing on a Tuesday?
But, you know...
I like Bruce. You know, Bruce will answer a question very intellectually, and then all of a sudden he'll lapse into that Brooklynese of his. You know, I don't understand that. I've never been able to figure that out. What's doing?
But you know who should be up there that just doesn't get a chance? Give this man a chance. Ernie Soshin, you know, like...
Oh, yeah, Ernie's up there.
I mean, you know, he whines.
He's in Tel Aviv today.
And, of course, the number one, I think, is that Dr. Demento.
Yeah, he's the best. He's my favorite.
All right, that's about all. I guess the call didn't go nowhere. I guess I was right.
No, you were right. It was esoteric, and it didn't go anywhere, and we like that. That's perfect for our show.
Okay, hasta luego.
Okay, adios, arrivederci. iLand, and I said iLab. Now, my intentions were great. I wanted to give them a nice plug. Not they'd give me no discount. They give me no special favors. They did a great job, and I just figured I'd mention it. That's all. In spite of what our stuck-in-the-mud program director thinks, there's nothing wrong. There's not getting any payoffs. I don't get anything for free. And no, the only thing we get for free is once in a while, one of our groupies brings food in here the other day. Right? Like yesterday, Rich, what's his name? Rich brought in all that pizza from Godfather's, and it was great, okay? And I'm sure he paid for it, and he brought it up here, and Godfather's is sensational. I get nothing free there. In fact, there isn't one anywhere near where I live. But it was really good. And the fact that some of the Godfathers have gone out of business is a monument to the bad taste of the people in this town. Seriously. I mean, that taco pizza they make is so good, it's enough to grow hair on your chest. Even if you're only about 10. Even if you're a young lady, it'll make hair grow on your chest. It was good. Trust me. And you wouldn't eat any. You don't know what you're missing. But that's good, because in my house, we were very happy that Kyle didn't eat any, because that left a lot for us later in the day. And Stan Major, who's always so big into the Mexican food, I don't understand you, Stanley. He wouldn't touch it. Okay, here comes another one of those poignant questions from Kyle's wicked pen. Do you want to mention anyone else? Well, not right now. Not right now. Just leave the log alone for a little while. We actually got some business today, and, iLand. Well, I did say it was at the corner of University and Sunrise, didn't I? How can I be any more specific than that? They were great, and I'm sorry, Cheryl. I'm sorry. Okay? Okay, I'll break the glasses now right on the air, and I'll come and get some new ones, okay, if that'll make... No, they're really great. You know what freaked me out? Is that usually when you go in to get new glasses and they put them on, and then they have to start adjusting and twisting. Nothing. The guy just slipped them on my face, and they were perfect. And I could see, which was a miracle. The guy was pretty ugly, but, no, I could see. And they fit fine, and they don't weigh 80 pounds, and they're comfortable. And they don't have those big... ugly lenses like the ones I had before, or those disgusting, goofy ones like Glenn wears. But, no, they feel great. And I can see something. So when they come and bomb my house on Tuesday, I'll be able to see very clearly who it is. And I'll write your initials right in my carpeting, okay? So look out. Now, that was the Herman and McBean fan club. There's no question about that. 65. See, they gave it away with the number. 65. Or is that the average demographic that we used to have on the AM? One or the other. Okay, it's 11:36 at WINZ. We have all kinds of things going on here today. We're not sure exactly what. Pope's going to be stopping in a little later for another linguistics lesson, and we'll come back right after this.
Start your weekend off right. Join Laurie Shepard, Jim Loney, and me, Tom Gallagher, for all the latest news, sports, and weather information you'll need. Saturday mornings, 5 till 10, right here on WINZ.
Okay, he still can't get over the fact, Glenn, that he lost that Saturday morning show. But, hey, listen, those news people, they wanted a little bit of their time back, and I don't blame them. They deserve to have it. 22 before noon at WINZ, and, of course, the Supreme Court today said, no, you cannot teach that little green gremlins are the ones who created the world. Isn't that amazing? There's still hope for us. A 7-2 vote against so-called creation science by the Supreme Court. I wonder who the two were. Now, we know that Supreme Court Chief Justice Rehnquist must have been one of the two, right? And who would have been the other one? Maybe Sandra Day O'Connor. She's trying to make eyes at Ronnie or something at this point. She's trying to make up for all the failures in the past. Or, oh, yeah, Justice Powell's with those booming Powells of his. Yeah, that could have been a one. Or it could have been Whizzer White. Don't forget about him. Good old Whizzer White, who never met a football he didn't like. Too many years without a helmet, Whizzer. Wait till, I'll tell you what's going to be exciting. When we have Jack Kemp and Ed Meese and Gerald Ford sitting on the Supreme Court, that's when you know it's really going to be good. Get all the ex-jocks sitting on the Supreme Court. Joe Namath, You see him on the Today Show this morning. He's becoming an intellectual in middle age now. He's really great. Okay, let's go to Hollywood. Hello. Hollywood? Oh, I can't believe that. Isn't that embarrassing? Boy, well, that opens up a line somewhere on the board now in Broward. And, of course, if that line doesn't fill up rapidly, you know what that means, don't you? You know what that means. He's sitting right here in the chair, just waiting. Oh, it flashed quick. Fort Lauderdale, hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm going to vote on this Glen Hill thing there.
Okay.
If it wasn't for Edgar Bergen, Charlie McCarthy'd just be sitting on the wood pile yet.
Ooh.
And I don't think he belongs on your show.
Yeah. Well, that's certainly something to think about.
That's right.
Okay. Thank you, sir. I think you may have been the deciding vote. Justice William Brennan said in writing the court's opinion that the law violated the First Amendment by endorsing a particular religion. Now, that was the majority opinion. Now, see, you got this backwards, Jeff. Justice Brennan wrote the majority opinion. But Justice Rehnquist, Chief Justice Rehnquist, joined the dissent. So we still have to find out who the other one was, who was one of the two, who said, hey, it's okay to teach about, fairy tales in school. Scalia? Good old Antonin Scalia, that Reagan appointee. Isn't that wonderful? Well, that figures. Next thing, he and Mike Thompson will be voting with Paul Cameron on the Supreme Court. We understand that Ronald Reagan, before he leaves office, if Thurgood Marshall or one of the others doesn't hang on, he might want to appoint Paul Cameron on the Supreme Court. That ought to be really good. Or Mike Thompson. Or maybe Anita Bryant. North Miami Beach, hello.
Hi, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hi, I have some good news for you.
I can't wait.
Okay, Dr. Cronkite at the Rachmanis Institute has found a cure for Tweety Bird, and they are just waiting for FDA approval. And that should come within the next 24 hours.
Oh, boy.
Don't let Glenn leave.
Rush it over here.
Okay. On the serious side, let me ask you something, your opinion. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate Jackie Mason's talent?
Minus, I don't like Jackie Mason.
You really don't?
He's funny the first time.
I agree.
But after that, boy, he does the same shtick over and over. He's been doing it for 30 years.
Yeah.
When I was a little kid in 1956, we came to the Versailles Hotel. We were staying at the Atlantic Towers. I came with my parents. I was 14 years old, and we saw Jackie Mason at the Versailles. Okay, and he was funny then, but here it's 31 years later. He's still doing the same shtick.
Yeah, it's amazing what a big hit he became on Broadway. Unbelievable.
I know. Well, it goes to show you. I mean, look at Oprah. She's making $8 million a year, and she can't get her legs untied.
Yeah, you're right, yeah. Okay, you're doing a fantastic job. Love you. Have a long life.
Okay, you too.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
Caffè con latte. Io andai con Giovanni. Egli lo ha scritto con una matita.
Warming up for the Pope's visit.
Einkäufe.
Wie viel kostet es?
10 Mark.
Haben Sie nichts anderes?
Von derselben Sorte?
Isn't that interesting how the Pope's sidekick there kind of switches from Italian into whatever that second language is with great authority. Isn't that something? Pretty interesting. Very facile. Let's go to North Miami. Hello.
Yeah, you got to keep over the hill.
Over the hill?
Yeah.
Well, that could be worse. It could be under the hill, sir.
Don't let him get away. My original call was to give you Scalia.
Isn't that something? Well, he never met a fascist he didn't like. He never met a fairy tale he didn't like.
What's more amazing that there weren't at least a couple of those others that didn't throw in a vote.
Well, listen, the embarrassment factor is so great that even they can't handle that.
Yeah, out in the open now, I suppose.
Okay.
Okay, Neil.
Arrivederci.
Yeah.
16 till noon at WINZ. Neil Rogers here with our silent sidekick today. He's been silenced. We have that gag order. In fact, Sandy had that gag order yesterday. Do we still have that picture around? Don't bring it out. I can't. I went to pieces. If we could have only shown that to the audience, they would have had a nervous breakdown. Although today is Friday. So if we could bring that gigantic perch back in here or whatever that was. It was unbelievable, folks. Miami, hello.
Hello?
Hi.
Hi. I just talked to you a little while ago. My boyfriend called me and told me that Neil Rogers is not an asshole. I got you to play that song, so I had to vote for him.
Wait a minute. You didn't call me that in the first place. You said Glen Hill was.
Oh, excuse me, Glen Hill.
Oh, boy. Well, you guys are so confused. Yeah. So, in other words, you want to retract that?
No. My vote stands.
Oh, your vote stands?
Yes, I'm voting for him.
Wait, you're voting for what?
For my boyfriend. He called and told me Glen Hill wasn't an asshole.
Oh, okay. So is that 2 votes?
Yeah. One good and one bad.
Okay. Okay, I have a little message because she's a new listener. Once a king, always a king, but once a night's enough. That's the, we only take 1 call per show, okay? So don't get carried away. We're delighted to hear from you. You sound like a real, you never stole a freight train, as they say on the Rantel show. But, okay, where do we go? We have an open line in Dade. We want to see those lines fill up very quickly, or you know what the consequences are, right? That's the new name of our show, Truth or Consequences. Speak up, or you know what the penalty is.
Miami here.
Miami here. Okay, this is Carroll City here.
I want to make a vote for Gwen.
Over and out, yes.
95 song. Can you hear me? I want to make a vote for Gwen on the I-95 song, and I need to know who did that record, because I'm a bartender and I need it on my jukebox.
Yeah, I think that would go over big in the bars.
Yeah, I mean, well, I'm a little country, you know.
Yeah.
My accent. But anyway, I need to know who does it.
I'll be honest with you. We gave it to Marlon. Well, I'll let you know on Monday.
The money? I can order it though, right?
Oh yeah, it's on record. It's published. Mm-hmm.
Great. I'll get a hold of it then.
Okay. Okay, bottom.
This is great. I like the song. I mean, that's the only reason I'm giving a vote for Gwen. Okay.
Okay.
Make you feel good too.
Thank you.
You got it.
Bottoms up.
Love you.
14 before noon at WINZ. Boy, the audience is mellowing out here. In the first hour, we heard from some of the leftover malcontents from yesterday's Herman and McBean appearance on the Stan Major show. You notice Stan was trolling at the end of the show. I just heard the last 5 minutes. I heard him in kind of like bits and pieces yesterday, but I did hear the last 5 minutes, and Stan was trolling for a date on the air. Now, I get accused of that by some of the homophobic lunatics in the audience, and I have never made a date on the air. I've never met anybody through this program, nor do I intend to. However, school is out today. If there's anybody of the legal age, now come on, now let's get serious, okay? School is finally out, though, right? This is like Father's Day. We've been predicting it for 3 weeks. It's finally coming up this Sunday. And the problem in this town is everybody is so stupid they don't even know when school is out. But I have a feeling in the paper this morning it said school is out or some dumb thing like that. I have a question, by the way. Can anybody answer this question? You know, these speed zones, like we have one on the corner here, okay? All right, now, first of all, how are you supposed to know when school is out? Now, you do know on certain holidays, like, you know, Tisha B'Av, that school is out, Sukkot, but, you know, how do you know for sure if school is out? They're still locked away at that school on the corner. They're still in school? So you better be careful in that speed zone. And I noticed some of our WINZ employees come barreling down that street about 80 through that 15-mile-an-hour school zone. And, yeah, some of our salespeople are in a hurry to go out to lunch. And it's just incredible. And my question is, now there are some kids who go to summer school, right? So how do we know for sure on which days we can, you know, drive like a bat out of hell in those areas, and which days we have to look out for the pigs waiting in the back, you know, with their radar? Yeah, driving right down. Well, you have to drive down the middle of the road on our street because there are dogs and kids lying on a, you know. A couple of years ago, we got rid of that. I ran a campaign. You should see what it used to be like out here. All these little puppies, and there were dogs making puppies and people making puppies in the middle of the road. It was like a jungle out here in the street. And I went nuts a couple nights, and finally, you know, when we threatened to open up the WINZ microwave, these people, no, seriously, dogs were getting hit out here. It was disgraceful. And they finally got all their animals off the street, dogs and otherwise, and things have been pretty quiet. But I notice, again, they're lapsing into the same old jazz again, and now we're starting to see little kids playing in the middle of the street, and horrible things going on out there. Of course, I think a few of those people, some of the Haitians who marched here on Saturday, are lost and are still out here in Carroll City. Let's go. No, I'm not touching that one, Kyle. Let's go to Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Neil.
Yes.
Jim Baker here this morning. How you doing?
How you doing, Jim?
Good. Hey, I've got to say something really plus. I know it's going to break your heart.
This is Bob McQueen here, Jim. How you doing? It's my new hours, my new show on WIOD.
Listen now, don't get heavy duty, but this is going to break your heart. But without that compadre of yours there, old Mr. I-95, you wouldn't be anything.
I know. How did I ever survive 11 years without him? How did I ever get those big numbers without him?
It's a godsend. It's
I know.
a godsend, yes,
That's what I say. In fact, there are a lot of people in town praying about it.
Anyway, I don't like his tape laughter. I think his real, laughter is it. The moo cow laughter is the top of the mark. First class.
Yeah.
Neil, hey, have a good vacation when you go, bud.
Thank you.
We'll see you later.
Adios. Arrivederci. Okay, there he goes. That was Bob McQueen, who's going to be doing middays at IOD. It's 10 till noon at WINZ. We have an open line in Broward, and let's, you know what I'm saying, 524-9400. Let's see it flash real quick, or you know the consequences. In fact, now we have another one. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We have another one in Broward, and, of course, that may be a little more than they can handle. Two open lines in Broward. Okay, how long should we give them? It's 29 seconds after. Give them about 15 seconds. Oh, boy, it took about 2.5 seconds. Look at that. Okay, it's pretty obvious that... that was not a legitimate call? It's flashing again. Kyle is answering the phone. We'll give a little play-by-play on this. He's putting it on hold, putting the phone back in the cradle, and we can all rest easy again for another couple of minutes. Okay, let's take our last break of the hour, and we'll come back and see what the verdict is.
94 News WINZ.
Okay, now wait a minute. I got to find the right sound effects because we have a major announcement coming up here in just a moment. Okay, now that was that was recorded yesterday at a very important radio meeting in town. You hear all the radio, well, not just gossip, because it usually turns out to be true on this show. Now, if you want to open that very carefully for a limited time only, Kyle's checking his watch, he's got one of those, not second hands, but like hundredths of a second. Now, we want you to understand that we're not putting this creature on the air here to participate in the show, but he just is bringing more news. Trying to recapture his old role on Gloves 94 of gossip editor, or whatever it was that they called him.
Yeah. Gossip editor. That's
okay,
what
let's
I was,
set this up now. Okay, that was taped at 4:41 yesterday at a very important meeting at WNWS.
We always like to report on these important radio meetings.
Exactly. We gave you first the new lineup at W Snooze before it happened.
Yeah.
We gave you the departure of Mike Miller before it happened on the air. We told you that Sandy was in limbo and litigation.
All came
doing
to
the
pass.
limbo rock with Mike Anthony.
Isn't it amazing how it all came true?
Is it? Yeah, we were just hallucinating here, but our hallucinations seemed to come true.
They denied it and denied it and denied it.
And sooner or later,
it happened.
Bingo.
Yeah.
La Bamba, as Richie Valens would have said, if he could be here to sing to us today. Maybe we could get Shirley MacLaine to get Richie Valens to sing a little later in the show, and the Big Bopper to do a little Chantilly lace for Mike Thompson.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, they had this very major meeting over at W Snooze. And the consultants were there, and all the other Gansamachers, the big shots.
That's right.
Dennis Collins, the big guy, as Lee Fowler calls him. The big guy. It's not so big. I've seen it. And what else?
Well, you heard the show that Alice did a couple of weeks ago where he was complaining about Mike Thompson, was advocating that
Genocide. Genocide.
That AIDS victims should have a tattoo.
Yeah,
like
he was
on
doing
their
his
wrist.
William F. Buckley, let's fry him routine.
Let's put an A on their arm or something.
Yeah.
And this really upset
Well, maybe
Alice.
we ought to put an A on one of Mike Thompson's arms and an H on the other arm, because certainly those are the two appropriate initials.
Oh, that's an
Isn't
idea.
it interesting? AH could be ass on one arm and hole on the other, or it could be Adolf on one arm, and who knows what it might be on the other arm, right?
Himmler.
Just a coincidence. It might be Hummel.
Yeah, Hummel. There you go. I hadn't thought about that.
No, you haven't thought about that.
Well, anyway, you heard the show, and I heard the show one afternoon. I was riding home, where Al was very upset that Mike advocated this, and Al called him a Nazi on the air many times, right? So Mike is very upset that Al did that. And he burst in to the meeting. Burst into the meeting.
Kind of like a German Shepherd in heat.
Yeah, German Shepherd.
Yes.
And they were screaming at each other about this. That's what I hear. So I don't know. Al, of course, was talking about this on the air yesterday. So this is no secret, really.
Yeah, they're fighting cats and dogs, if you pardon that expression.
Yeah.
Tooth and nail.
Yeah.
And as a matter of fact, Mike didn't know it, but our WINZ News team, never to be outdone, had a little hidden microphone in that meeting.
Uh-huh.
And when Mike burst in the middle of that meeting. We have some of his intemperate remarks.
Einkäufe.
Wie viel kostet es?
10 Mark.
Haben Sie nichts anderes?
Von derselben Sorte?
So there's just a little recording from yesterday's big powwow, or bow wow as the case may be, over at the W Snooze. Man, I'm telling you, this market is just going to hell in a handbasket, isn't it?
It really is.
Okay, shut his mic off immediately. Okay, we're almost at the end of this hour. Let's get a call from Fort Lauderdale. Hello?
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
You know, now that you have songs dedicated to Bye Bye Bundy, the Michael Jackson song, I think we should have a song in the memory of the Bye Bye to Mike Miller. Like Happy Trails, or, you know, use your creativity.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, I mean, it's only fair. Like you said many times,
wait a minute,
he
wait a
never
minute.
stole the freight train.
I had a great idea. Maybe we could have a little short song that relates to Mike's ratings, okay?
Well, you know...
Should I give you a little sample? Maybe something like this. I think that fits.
I think so, or perhaps something a little bit more peppy, or Happy Trails,
Right, or maybe we could get Peppy Fields to record it.
You know, I don't know. I mean, you're the maestro, so I'll let you work on that. Okay?
Okay, we'll do it. We'll put our ears together.
All right, and also, you're a big baseball aficionado, right?
Yeah.
Don't you think that the major leagues recycle the same old talent over and over again?
Over and over again.
Well, don't you think that's the same thing in talk radio?
Yeah, in this market, you bet. Well, that's why I'm glad that this Bob McQueen is getting a shot. He ought to be a breath of fresh air. Okay, good buddy. It's the end of the hour. We're going to pause, make way for Michael Wolf now, who's sitting there in amazement, waiting for his favorite record, which is coming up right after the news. And then we'll come back, continue our little countdown. And we do have one open line in Broward, which I don't want to threaten the audience. 524-9400 or else.
We make it our business to keep business people up on business. 94 News WINZ, WINZ, Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
94 News WINZ.
The Neil Rogers Show continues on WINZ. If you'd like to participate on today's program, you can call Neil on 624-9400 in Dade or 524-9400 in Broward. And now, here again, Neil Rogers.
And now, a continuous Neil Rogers music suite. One song in a row. 3 minutes of continuous music. On 94 WINZ.
I was driving down I-95 the other night. Somebody nearly cut me right off the road. I decided it wasn't going to do any good to get mad, so I wrote a song about him instead. It goes like this. Were you born an asshole, or did you work it your whole life? Either way, it worked out fine, 'cause you're an asshole tonight. Yes, you're an A-S-S-H-O-L-E, and don't you try to blame it on me. You deserve all the credit. You're an asshole tonight. You were an asshole yesterday. You're an asshole tonight. And I've got a feeling you'll be an asshole the rest of your life. Talking to your mother just the other night. I thought you were an asshole. She said, yes, I think you're right. And all your friends are assholes, 'cause you've known them your whole life. And somebody told me you've got an asshole for a wife. Were you born an asshole, or did you work at it your whole life? Either way, it worked out fine, 'cause you're an asshole tonight.
Okay, we have a special dedication on that from Mike Wolf and all the people in the newsroom. They want to dedicate that to all the people who call the newsroom who want to speak to me, complain about me, all the people who call Kyle and give messages off the air, all the people who call the programming office with complaints, and to Gloria Brown. So that's, lumping all the good stuff in together. Okay, let's go back to the calls, and all the lines are lit up, which is a very promising sign. Otherwise, you know what. Pompano, hello. Uh-oh, somebody disappeared for lunch in Pompano. They're out to lunch in Pompano again. Fort Lauderdale, hello.
Hi, Neil.
Hi.
I'm glad to say that I'm none of the above.
Okay.
That you just read off. This is a lección en español. Let's see. It's silly, tonto, hill, loma, Glen Hill, tonto, loma. So he has a new name. Now, I like Glen...
Tantaloma?
Tonto, as in Hi-Ho Silver, Tonto.
Yeah, I was thinking Tanta might be a little better.
Oh, all right. Well, whatever suits you. Tonto, Loma. But I like Glen in person. It's the cackle box. And box is Caja. In C-A-J-A. Not like that man spelled it the other day.
Yeah, right.
Like I really know what I'm talking about here.
Mm-hmm. You and me both.
I have my Berlitz Spanish dictionary in front of me. But no, I really like Glenn. I think he is nice, and I think it's nice to have some levity and some silly people and not be serious, and these people that take all this nonsense so seriously.
Yeah, just a radio show, man. Some of these people, they have a nervous breakdown about all of this.
I know. Well,
So what if he does come in here and cackle and make a fool of himself, right?
Well,
and alienate my whole audience. I mean, what's the big deal?
I don't think he alienates the
Could be
audience.
worse. They could be listening to Ron Sachs.
Do you know that I finally turned him in because you're the only show I listen to. After you, look, the radio goes off. And I've heard you talk about him so much, I finally turned over to that station.
How did you like it?
Oh, my God. I don't know how you say nasal in Espanol, but, this man is not to be believed. And I know I have a nasal twang from the Middle West. I mean, I feel
Yeah, but there's a reason for it.
What?
Do you know why he sounds like that?
Oh, why?
I don't do my job as well when I'm constipated.
That's the answer to the whole Ron Sachs problem.
Constipado.
Tell you one thing, if he ever has a good BM, man, we're all in a lot of trouble. He'll sound just like Walter Cronkite.
Oh, please let me know so that I can leave town. All right, my love. Thank you for playing that song again.
Oh, did you enjoy that, too?
Yeah, of course. I taped it. I'm going to take that with me.
Yeah, that's moving up the charts. It's number 3 with a bullet already.
I would think so. I don't even think, with the bullet. All right, I'm just not going to say anything. Okay.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Okay, see you later.
Bye-bye.
Hasta luego. 1214 at WINZ. There's an open line in Broward, 524-9400. Neil Rogers with you as we warm up the chair for Stan Major, who'll be along from 2 to 6 this afternoon. Stan's going to have some out-of-work plumbers today. Bernard Barker and, what was the other guy's name? Martinez, right? Some of Stan's favorites. Probably Gordon Liddy will be stopping by. Some of Stan's favorite plumbers. Hollywood, hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Gotcha. How are you?
Okay.
Do you remember me?
Do I remember?
Yeah, I'm the one who had Muchacha Alicia.
Oh, yeah. Buenos dias.
Thank you. And I had told you when I spoke to you last week I had a horse running Wednesday. And you, if you were sharp, would have been looking for same owners and same trainer.
Well, I wasn't out there Wednesday, so how sharp can I
I
be?
went to find you. Anyway, the horse's name was, the horse is the one that won the 10th race.
Oh, no.
It only paid $37.
Oh, no.
It was only a $415 double.
Oh, you vague.
$900 exacta.
Yeah, well, that's not much.
Seriously,
When they get to be a couple of thousand, then I get nervous. And then that guy called yesterday and gave us...
And you had a tip, I understand, in the same race. A horse by the name of Something Heat, the favorite. Went off at $2 to 2 to 1 in the same race as mine, so it made me kind of happy. I like to hear them tipping you on a horse.
Oh, it was yesterday we had the tip. In the 10th race.
You had a tip Wednesday.
Oh, did we?
The 10th race, somebody called you.
Oh, yeah. Well, we had another one in the 10th race yesterday, and he's was a desperate third.
Oh, I know. With Charlie Hussey, right?
You got it.
Well, what can you do?
I already had my winner with Charlie Hussey this year. I'm not going to press my luck.
What?
I said I already had my winner with Charlie Hussey this year. I'm not pressing my luck.
Well, we've been lucky. He's rode, for us, the 2 times we won with this horse, he won. But anyway,
I know.
We were last coming in the stretch and won by 5 lengths.
Boy.
7 wide.
Can you imagine if Mike Gonzalez would have rode him, you'd have won by 40 lengths.
You write your own songs?
Do I write my own songs? No.
Do that often, unfortunately. All the songs that I hear that you're playing, like the last one, after had a very good beat. It's easy to dance to. I gave it a 9.